Sunday, the Lord's Day, the day of rest, aka football day, NFL day. Usually I gotta work on Sundays, but I had yesterday off and today off. I don't know. By the grace of God, I got 2 days off in a row, and I got the weekend off, which I don't never get the weekend off. But I want to speak about the difference and and I want to know what y'all think and what y'all do. The difference between spirituality and religion, because they are not the same, and you don't need one to have the other. You don't need one to have the other. You can be spiritual and not be religious. Or you can be, if you're in religion, you're religious, you probably should be spiritual too. So yeah. But those are some of the things that are just so frustrating as a coaching staff. You know that you're talking to your guys about this. There's certain situations during the course of the game where you got to be smart. It's more mental than physical, and that's a great example right there. But yeah, I'm watching the games right now. Vikings and Bears playing. Vikings are losing. Vikings are losing by 7 points. What? Dang, Vikings about to score, ain't it? He just made a crazy catch. Damn. So Vikings, damn, that was a good catch. Addison just caught something. So yeah, I'm watching some good games on today. I'm looking forward to that Baltimore and Chargers game tomorrow night. And my Browns, Dog Pound, stand up. Browns Nation, stand up. Browns just beat the Steelers on Thursday. So we won't play again until next Monday. But I'm watching, and I want to see the game of the week for me is, besides the Browns one, is going to be Cardinals versus the Rams. I like both those teams, but I like Cardinals more. I like St. Louis, and I like the Cardinals. I like their squad. I love the Cardinals squad. The Cardinals got Marvin Harrison Jr., the rookie from Ohio State, and another Ohio State boy on there. And he is balling this year. And I like the quarterback, the running back, Connor. He's got a squad, Cardinals. I think they're better than what their record is. Right now, Kansas City is beating Carolina 10-6, only winning by 6 games. But I want to get into religion versus spirituality. I feel like a lot of people are spiritual, but not necessarily religious. And people that go to church every Sunday and they'll try to, like, when you start going to a church, they'll like try to, and like say you miss a week, you miss a day, you miss a Sunday, they're like, why did you miss? Like, what happened? Like, don't think like you just completely are just fucked up and just like something devastating happens because you missed the Sunday. But also in recovery, people act like this too. Like if you got a home group or something and you start missing. But in recovery, it's different because a lot of times if people don't show up or like don't show up to their home group and shit, and that means like a lot of times that means that they're using. So, and if that happens, they could possibly die. Especially if you're with HA. I'm in Heroin Anonymous. That's my home group, and Heroin Anonymous. Well, first of all, there ain't no really heroin out there. It's all fentanyl. So the fentanyl is so strong that if you get a strong batch, you get a bad batch, you can die with one use. People are still overdosing today at a high rate, still dying today at a high rate from fentanyl. So it really could be dangerous if somebody does miss. And that's happened to me before. I've missed like my home group meetings and shit, and it was because I was using. I traded my heroin, my fentanyl addiction for coffee, which I always been drinking coffee, and then and cigarettes. It's my only two vices I got left. We're at Kansas City and Carolina. It's close. The Vikings about to score. Hold on, where's my Vikings about to score? This Addison caught this crazy catch. Oh, they scored. Damn, I missed it. But he had this crazy catch that he caught like at the 5-yard line. He missed it. He must have just scored again. He must have just scored. Look, watch this. Addison is really good. Yeah, watch this catch. Yeah, look at this. Woo-hoo. Oh, 2-yard line, he caught it off. But so yeah, spirituality versus religion. So to me, I don't need religion at all, like zero, to be spiritual and to have a connection with my higher power, with God. I don't have to go to church not one day to have that connection. I didn't crack that door. I'm smoking. I don't want the smoke to get up. I said crack it. So, hey there. So yeah, spirituality versus religion. Hey there. So like when I first started, when I was born, right? When you're even as a young kid, I thought about God and about where we came from, how humans were made, why we were made. Like I had all these questions in my head as a young kid. Yeah, as a young kid, I did, and I really had like when I first learned about the. I was probably like 7, 8, maybe. When I first learned about Adam and Eve and that whole story. I might have been around 6, 7, 8. But when I learned about that whole story, and that my mom, the way she told it to me was that the reason why like we die and like why we have bad things on earth and why we die and all that stuff was the reason for that. She told me, which is it's in the Bible. Everybody knows the story, Adam and Eve, that because we have all these bad things on this earth, and because the reason why we die is because of two people's choices, that the first two human beings, which is wild. But when I first heard that story as a kid, I thought about it for days and days. I was like, damn, like I really had a lot of thoughts, like questions about death and like worrying about it and shit as a kid. And when I learned that it was all because Adam and Eve ate an apple from the trunk or whatever fruit it was from the tree of knowledge, I like thought about that for like weeks and weeks. I was like, you ever think about something that happened in the past and just go over it in your head and wish you could change it? That's how I thought about that as a kid. And it really bothered me. So, but to learn more about like the after, like I had a lot of questions I have is like questions that almost damn a whole bunch of humans have, is where we came from, why are we here, who created us, and then like what happens when we die. I had those questions really had me thinking a lot and in my head. So when I was always like connected and thinking about God and where I came from and what will happen when I die. So as a young kid, I got to read the Bible. As a teenager, I read the Bible, right? I started reading the Bible, and as a young kid, I went to church too, but I can't, like, I would fall asleep. I wouldn't be paying attention. You know what I mean? I wasn't retaining the knowledge that they were saying. I was too young. I couldn't focus. You know what I mean? I was just too young to understand it or to pay attention to the preacher like preaching. And so I did go to church as a young kid, like almost every Sunday, but not for a long period, only for short periods of time. My mom would take me, like every once in a while and shit. So, but so to get it, so to answer these questions that I had, I would read the Bible as a teenager. That's what got me being spiritual because as I'm reading the Bible, I'm learning all these lessons and these life lessons that the Bible teaches, and about how to be a good person, about morals, values, the Ten Commandments. I'm learning all this stuff, and I'm building my connection with God through reading the Word, right? And I didn't need church to do that at all. As long as you can read, and not only read, but get understand what, because a lot of people will read the Bible and some stuff like won't make sense to them, or they won't get what the Bible was trying to say, especially if it's like the King James version where they're talking more that Old English, when it's written in Old English. But growing up as a teenager, I had a Bible that explained on the sides. It would explain exactly what they meant in the verses. So I use that. I definitely use that. That helped me. But I already, just from reading the Bible, just me reading the Bible, I could understand it. You know what I mean? So as long as you can read and have an understanding of what you're reading, and know what they're saying, then you don't need a preacher to tell you what something that was written down for you, for someone to read, not just for the preacher to tell you. Then you don't need religion at all. All you need is to talk to your God, your higher power, and to read whatever book that you want to read that is the inspired word of God, whether it be the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, whatever religion. And when I go to counseling, my counselor always asks me how I went to church, and I'm like, no, I haven't gone to church, and I really ain't thinking about going to church, like, because I don't need church to be spirit to have a connection with God. But with that said, in 2023, last year, I had started going to this new church. It's actually Mike Tyson's old mansion in where is it at? It's in like a country town. It's in like Ohio, in a country type town. But it was Mike Tyson's old mansion that he lived in when he was living here and training here and actually boxing during the prime of his career. He lived in this mansion where they turned it into a church. They had to renovate it. A lot of Amish people helped them out. Every Saturday they would do work on it through volunteer work, and donations, stuff like that. People volunteering to help. A lot of Amish people go there. A lot of Amish people refurbished it. So, yeah, and I was in recovery too back then when I started going to church. And even though I don't feel like I need religion or church to be spiritual or to talk to God or have a connection with God, I did have benefits from it. Yeah, I do have benefits from it. Like, my favorite part of church is for sure 100%, because I love art. I love music. I'm an artist. I used to rap, so I used to be a musician or artist too, and I draw too. So I'm an artist through and through. I just love to create. And that's why I'm doing. That's why I made this channel. It's just another outlet for me as an artist, for me to create and also get my thoughts, opinions, ideas out too. But as far as like my favorite part of church, going every Sunday, I loved, and like I felt so. My frequency would be on such a high level when the church choir. I'm not the chorus, but the choir. When the choir sang, and they would do like about a half hour worth of singing and worth of songs. And besides listening to the preacher preach, that was my favorite part of church. Like, I couldn't wait to go and listen to the songs that they sung before church started, or before the preacher got up. I even took my kids with me, had them going a couple times. They got saved. I got saved before they came up here. I got saved there. And when they got saved, they took Jesus Christ in their heart, and they got prayed over and all that. But also so that's definitely a benefit there. Just hearing like somebody sing live about God, that it touches your soul. It touched my soul, and it made me feel better. And yeah, it made me feel better. It calmed me down. Like I look forward to being in church, to hear what they was gonna sing and what songs they was gonna do. And then also through going to church, you can also not only does it help you spiritually, but you can also make connections. Like all different people from all walks of life go to church. So you never know who you can meet. So, you might meet somebody that might become your best friend. You might meet somebody that might give you a job. You might meet somebody that knows like some type of doctor that maybe your family needs to see. So whenever you join these groups or you just meet new people in general, you're networking and you're building your network. So it's just another way to build the network of people you know and the resources you have. That's another plus of religion, or another benefit of religion, and of going to church on like a regular basis. And then also just hearing somebody so when you read the Bible, you're only interpreting it through your mind and your perspective. But when you have somebody else, aka the teacher, not the teacher, but the preacher. When you have the preacher preaching, he's interpreting in his views, in his mind, and he's telling it to you. So you might gain another perspective because it's a different way of looking at what the words are and how to interpret them. So that's also a plus, because he might say something and talk about a scripture that you read 100 times, but when he's preaching about it and talking about it, he might have a perspective that you never even thought of. So it also broadens your mind and also broadens your spiritual horizon, because you might say something that you never even considered. And so that's also a plus too, because you're getting more perspective on what the word is, and you get different perspectives. I always like to keep open mind. Like I don't feel like my way is the right way with everything. Like I'm teachable. I can still learn. What up, baby? What you doing? What you doing? Hello? But yeah, I can still learn. So I always try to keep open mind with any type of subject I'm studying or whatever I'm doing. So that's another plus with religion. And then also just hearing the preacher, like the way certain preachers preach, especially in black churches and black preachers, they're very passionate and very loud and very moving and when they speak about, when they're preaching, they catch the Holy Ghost, some of them, and very charismatic. Very charismatic. But a lot of the church, and this goes with what I'm saying, but a lot of the big churches, it's a lot about money and what you can give, and when you go, that's the part I don't like about church, is that like they really, some churches, not all, some churches are really like, they have a whole section dedicated to what you can give and how much you should give, and it's not good just to give $5. You got to give 10% of what you make, and some of them really be adamant about that. That's something I don't like. And especially when like these big churches like Joel Osteen and all these big mega churches that got millions and millions of dollars, and their pastor And even in smaller ones, like the pastor is riding around in a Benz, but their church is right in the middle of the hood where most people can't even afford a car. That's kind of crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Um, I think if you're a man of God and look, I don't know if these people are helping the poor, helping the community or not. They might be, they might not. But if you're a man of God and you're a man of the people, and you're a church and you're a preacher, you should be helping the community. I mean, that's what Jesus did. That's what Jesus fed people that was hungry. Jesus healed people that was sick. He was all about uplifting people, especially the oppressed and the downtrodden and the poor and the sick and the sinners. Um, and then also a lot that comes with religion is a lot of judgment. A lot of church going folks can be very, very, very judgmental. Um, they can be very judgmental, but they can be very caring and kind and like just good at heart because they were saved, because they've been saved. A lot of them will get into situations. I was talking to this one lady before, and she was talking about getting into it with her brother, and she said, "Oh, if this was before I was saved, I would have cussed them out and did all this, but because she's saved, she doesn't act like that at all, you know." So I think that was cool. So yeah, spirituality versus religion, man. I think I'm very more spiritual than I am like religious wise. Religion. I'm more on the way more on the spiritual side. Like God, like you got to think when these words was getting written down, like the Bible, like the New Testament and stuff. There wasn't priests or preachers that were there at the time. There wasn't no preachers there at the time. So all you could do is read the word and interpret it for yourself. And God made us in His image. He gave us a brain to interpret His word. So a lot of people got it, like a lot of preachers or people in the church community will say that no, you need a preacher to help decipher and help interpret what the word means and what they're saying. But God gave us a brain, God gave us words, God gave us eyes and a mind to read these things and to interpret them ourselves. And so Kendrick Lamar, GNX. This I wasn't even gonna listen to the album, but I had some time this morning. I was going through. I got up super early this morning on Sunday. I was up at like 6, and I was like, man, I got some time. The kids still asleep. I was like, man, I got some time. Let me go ahead and hear this and listen to this album, because I mean, I fuck with Kendrick Lamar. He's not my favorite artist of all time, but I respect and admire his skills and his craft and his dedication to his craft, and just him as a person. I feel like he's a real man. He's a real dude. I feel like he's very knowledgeable, very woke, very even spiritual. He's spiritual too, and I feel a connection with Kendrick Lamar. Like he's got the same type of soul. I feel like that. Like Kendrick Spears, kind of like that. I feel like that about Kendrick. I feel like we're kind of the same person. Not like as far as like personality, but like as far as like the spirituality, what he says, what he believes. I believe a lot of the same stuff that he raps about. And he also has problems with the same thing I have problems with. Just like I made that video about Andrew Schultz making a joke about them disrespecting black women. Obviously, Kendrick Lamar had a problem with it because he put it in a bar, and I felt the exact same way. So a lot of these issues I coincide with Kendrick Lamar. So I was like, man, let me go ahead. I got some time. Let me go ahead and listen to this thing. First of all, the album is fire. The album is fire. I'm not gonna say every song is fire, because there's some style that's like that Compton type LA type, almost like the You Not Like Us sound, where he raps kind of in that LA or that Compton style of rap. that like crunk rap type. I really don't mess with that. Just that style. Anytime he does that type of song, I like totally turns me off. I don't know why. It just does. I just don't like that style of rap. But the other songs that are not like that, which is a lot. That's only like two, maybe three. Probably I think it's only like two songs like that. I got three songs that I listen to all morning. Literally, I worked out this morning. I put on the album, and after I listened to the album, I worked out, and I had these three songs in rotation as I'm working out the whole time, damn near the whole time. So the first one, I'm gonna say the best one for last, but the first one, he raps on like a Tupac type beat. I think it might be a Tupac beat. I can't. I forget it. I gotta hear it again because I can't remember what it exactly sound like. But I know the beat was a Tupac, either directly a Tupac beat or like a variation of a Tupac beat, like a Tupac song. And he raps exactly like Tupac did on that song. And everything he was saying. He was venomous. He was aggressive. He was you know, a lot of times Kendrick Lamar be like laid back and like his rap style be like more laid back and stuff. But when he gets in his like vengeful like Pac bag, when he gets in that Tupac bag, and that's what he did on this track. It's called Redemption. Man, beautiful, perfect. Like damn near a perfect song. Loved it. And then the second song I like the most is uh, Luther. Luther with that's and the next song has these Luther and this next song that I'm talking about that I'm gonna say. They both got SZA on it, and I am a SZA super fan. I think ever since that last album dropped, I was listening to her before, but when she dropped that album and Snooze, and then I heard the whole album, which her whole album is classic. That's a classic R&B album. Um, I love SZA. I think she's one of the top artists in the game. Period. Right now, um, I think she'll be a legend. She already, I feel like, is in legendary status with that last album she dropped. So she's on this song, and she does dope ass features. Like her and Kendrick Lamar worked together before, and like I think it's called like All the Stars or something about the star. They had a hit song together before, but her features, she did features with Drake, Fire. Every feature I hear her on, she kills it, murders it, and she's on this song Luther, killing it again. I love the beat. The beat is fucking perfect. And then I go to get down to the last song of the album. At least it's the last on YouTube on the playlist. I don't know if it's the last song actually on the track list on his album. But this song is a 10 out of 10. Fucking perfect. And not only does the song sound good musically, and the beat is musically pleasing because it's kind of like an R&B song. And when it comes on, it's called Gloria. First of all, it's called Gloria. So I'm thinking that I don't know his girl's name, but I thought maybe it was her name because the song comes on and it's like he sounds like he's rapping about a female. And the whole time I'm thinking he's rapping about a female. He's talking about they got together in high school. He took her to Africa. She was right by his side. She gets mad whenever she took him away from his friends. Like all these things that people say and do in relationships with the other sex. This is what he's rapping about. So I'm like, all right, this is his girl he's rapping about. At the end, the very last bar, he says something about my bitch, but my bitch is my pen. And so then he reveals that what he's rapping about is his pen, his writing. Um, blew my mind. So not only does it sound technically and on a rap level 10 out of 10, and then plus it has SZA on it on the chorus. Oh my gosh, this is right up my alley. Like this is the type of rap and type of songs that I love. And this song, period, like the the idea or the concept of this song is why I fell in love with hip hop. Like this song right here reminds me of Tupac's 96 Bonnie and Clyde from off the Machiavelli CD. Because in that song too, he raps about his girlfriend, his bitch, and it's revealed that he's talking about his gun at the end, talking about his gun. And this gave me the same type of vibe. Like this is like that type of movie where, or this song is like if I could equate it to a movie, it's like The Sixth Sense. It's like one of those movies where you think you're watching something, and then at the end they just blow your mind because the whole time really something else is going on. Like it's one of those type mystery type thriller suspense type like mind blowing reveals, and that's what he did in this song. I made a video about it. I just dropped it this morning. I fucking love this song. I fucking love this song. And Kendrick Lamar, he just got a new fan today because for real, like I listened to Kendrick Lamar, and yeah, I know he's great and everything. He just wasn't my cup of tea, I guess. He like the style that he raps in sometimes is just not for me. But I love this album and these songs. Like for the Super Bowl, hopefully he performs a couple of these on the Super Bowl. I think this album is gonna blow up. I think it's already blowing up. I think those 3 songs that I mentioned, are gonna blow up. You already got like celebrities reacting to these songs and this album, talking about it. It's Pac scary and all this shit. Like this album is gonna be, it's probably gonna be considered a classic, or it's gonna be up there. Yeah. And then Young Thug reacted to the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, and he said he pretty much ignored it, and he said that he should be a part of the big 3, and I'm with him. He should be a part. It should be Drake, Kendrick, and Young Thug. That's the big 3 artists right now in the game, hands down. Like J. Cole, get your ass out of here. I like J. Cole. I like his earlier work, but he's not in the big 3, bro. He's not in the big 3. He's just not. Young Thug could definitely replace him and should replace him in the big 3. Diddy is next week. We'll find out if Diddy comes home. And a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are saying he got a good chance of coming home. I think the reasons they give, I don't know the exact reasons they give, but a lot of it has to do with that raid they did. How they're like the police or the CEOs that raided his cell and took like his court and like lawyer documents and his case documents. That's like illegal. You can't do that. So that like they're trying to hinder his right to defend his case. So he might get out because of that. The judge delayed his decision until next week, which it might be tomorrow. I don't know the exact day that he's supposed to give his judgment or his decision, but it will be this week coming up, or this week because it's Sunday. So we'll find out if Diddy gets out or not. Maybe tomorrow. Chiefs is about to score again. Touchdown. Chiefs just scored again. All right, I'm about to go back to the Vikings. But yeah, it's been a minute. It's been 34 minutes. I'm gonna get off here. Thank you to everybody that watches, that shares, that likes, that subscribes, that comments. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Y'all really are day ones. Like period. Y'all, everybody that's subscribed and watching now, y'all watching at my very beginning. Like I got less than 100 subscribers. I got 93 to do that. So like everybody that has subbed in the last 2 months that I've been making a video, thank y'all. That means the world. I'm just trying to grow this thing like one day at a time. Hopefully one day this will pick up. It'll blow up. Maybe not. If not, I love what I do. So really, even if I just stay at the subscribers I got now, I'm fine with that. this is just another way for me to express my artwork, for me to like put down in stone, which this is the YouTube is the new stone, right? When the pharaohs of Egypt written shit down so that it can last. If they was living today, it would be like paper, and it'd be like this, like YouTube, like because hopefully YouTube will be around forever, and if it is, I'll have a bunch of videos, hundreds of videos that my kids can go back and they can see like what my views were, what my values, what my morals, what did I believe in, what did I think, what did I have to say on certain issues, and hopefully it'll be around to where and other sites and other apps, um, but mainly YouTube will be around for them to for for this to live on forever, even when I'm gone. So yeah, love y'all. Thank y'all. Day one, I'm out.